Pursuant to House Resolution 1224, the gentlelady from Michigan, Ms. Tlaib, and a member opposed, each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentlelady from Michigan.
First, I'd like to thank Chairman Smith as well as Chair McGovern and their staff and team for working with me on this critically important amendment and for their leadership really throughout this NDAA process. I'd also like to thank Congresswoman Jacobs for co-sponsoring this amendment with us in support of, again, this really important policy change. With Russia's war in Ukraine and serious tensions along NATO's eastern border and in the southern China Sea, today's world is being redefined, Mr. Chair, by escalating tensions between major nuclear powers. We don't have to look back far in history to see that there is danger here. The Cold War was full of near misses and numerous crises that could have gotten out of control and ended in nuclear war. We are now entering a period of dangerous nuclear competition. As such, we must remember one of the key lessons in the Cold War that taught us that nuclear weapons, that we must, when it comes to nuclear, we must preserve the ability to promptly step back and clearly signal de-escalation when necessary. Unfortunately, the current draft of the NDAA includes a provision that prohibits our country from doing just that. Specifically, this dangerous provision makes it impossible for our country to reduce the stockpile of ICBMs for any reason with no exceptions. The policy was created, Mr. Chair, and implemented by lawmakers in promotion of companies who profit in the production of these weapons, not in the best interests of our national security priorities. The short-sightedness policy places serious and concerning restraints on the President, on Congress, and the Department of Defense's ability to consider and modify the role of ICBMs in our national defense. Preserving our ability to reduce our nuclear stockpiles proves key to reducing tensions and achieving peaceful solutions and planet-saving arms control agreements during the Cold War. Just as we have the ability to increase our nuclear defense in times of crisis, we must have the ability to reduce our nuclear forces when it is in our national interest. To be clear, this amendment does not change the size of our nuclear forces. It merely allows for reasonable consideration and debate in the future. As a mother of two, Mr. Chair, as a mother of two who dreams of a world where my boys and many of the children around the world can lead lives free from the threat and fear of nuclear war, I urge my colleagues to support this amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Reserves. For what purpose is the gentleman from Alabama?